Oh, I'm pressing the wrong buttons as normal. Hello, gorgeous, beautiful, divine, miracle maker being. How are you? Let me just get. I can't do this asymmetrical haircut. It's really not me. So, yeah, it looks a bit funny, but welcome. It's Bank Holiday Monday. That's like Sunday. You can have bad hair day, right? How are you doing this beautiful Bank Holiday Monday? I am hoping that it's all nice and sunny where you are. Hello, Sue. Lovely to have you here. And welcome to your Bank Holiday Monday tarot meditation. So, with me, Tiffany Grisara, just for those of you that might not know who I am an inner transformation specialist, author, courage catalyst, boho CEO of the Transformational Truth of Tarot, and manifest a miracle a month. And what I really do is I help intuitives like you tune back into yourself. So if you have lost yourself in another person, a situation, or heck, even a tarot deck, I'm going to show you how you can instantly turn that around. I do this every Monday at this time on my business page, on YouTube, and here in my Manifest a Miracle a Month free membership. So you know that you can just come in at this time, midday UK, on Mondays, and get a little time for you. Whether you have a tarot deck or not, it really doesn't matter. You can still get the same out of this session, okay? Because we're going to do a little meditation and we're going to tune in to the energies, and you're going to get a message from your higher self. What it'll do is it'll help you come out of your lower self and instantly go into your higher self, okay? And yes, I cut my hair, Maria. Hello. So we are going to get started. This retrograde week. Yes, so Saturn went retrograde just over a week ago for 6 months, and Mercury went retrograde on Saturday. So Saturn retrograde for 6 months is very much about reviewing the past on quite a deep level. So for the next 6 months, it's kind of like bringing to light more understanding about your past, and it's asking you to step up a little bit more and to be a bit more responsible, to take a stone cold hard look at the facts and see what needs addressing. But it's giving you time to do that. Saturn is a slow process, so it's retrograde for 6 months. So really give yourself permission to go into yourself over the next 6 months and give yourself the time to let these things come to light. I think it's fascinating, not fascinating. I think the universe always knows what to do regarding divine timing. And but on that level, it's fascinating that Mercury has also gone retrograde at the beginning of Saturn retrograde, because Mercury retrograde gives us the headspace. It gets a lot of bad rap, Mercury retrograde, but actually it's like anything. It's an ingredient of the universe, and it's about knowing how to use those ingredients that mean that you mess your recipe up or not, right? And so Mercury retrograde is really good for giving you headspace. So again, slowing down, taking the time to review, and before we put those changes externally out there in the world, which is what Saturn's about, laying down the foundations and the groundwork of the external world, we really do need the headspace to process, right? So the universe is giving us exactly what we need at any one time. And that is just one example of how it's doing that. So for the next 3 weeks, I would say give yourself permission to just process it internally, whatever's coming up for you at the moment. And don't feel like you need to rush in to making the big changes. It's slow and steady. This is the energy at the moment. Okay, so there you go. that's what's going on energetically wise. But now we're going to just tune into ourselves. So if you have tarot or oracle cards, you can take a card now and place it between your hands. And if you don't worry about it. You can just tune into this card using your intention. But we're all going to sit with our hands in prayer position, whether we have a card between our hands or not. The card that you have between your hands, you must not know what it is. So if you know what it is, just choose another one. And those of you that don't have one, just tune into this card. Obviously, you won't know what it is, so that's great. And we're going to just go into meditation now for a couple of minutes, and then we'll come back out and we'll share in the weekly wisdom pool. And you'll see how that share ripples and confirms the messages, okay, of the higher selves in this collective manner that we're building. So just close your eyes now. Give yourself permission to just be here for a couple of minutes. That's all. Just unhook from everything around you and breathe your energy back into you. Gently in and out, taking your attention to the energy between your hands. And tune into that energy building between your hands just by relaxing, releasing, breathing out. And as you breathe in, just opening your energy to receive the energy between your hands up through your arms, as if it's pouring into you, and you're just relaxing, opening and receiving that energy into your being. And as you breathe out, let it radiate around yourself. And just continue with your own rhythm of breathing. And just tune in to how it makes you feel mentally, emotionally, or physically. And anything that you see, just allow whatever is there or not there to be as it is. And then the most important thing about this exercise isn't what the card is, it's what the message is. So we send our thoughts up to the universe and we say, hey, if there's a message in this card for me today, let me receive it now. And just allow that energy to come back down from the universe. What is the message in this card for me today? Let yourself receive it through your feelings, visions, thoughts, emotions. Maybe you hear it as a thought in your head. However it comes, just let it come. And when you have that message, just breathe that energy in through your energetic body, so you're now resonating at that message from your higher self. You're now at this higher frequency, vibrancy, as you breathe it in. And let yourself radiate out at that level. Giving thanks. And gratitude to the universe. And then preparing to come back around. and welcome to the wisdom pool. In that, I am going to share with you what I got and the card. And if you share as well what you got and your card, or you just say you were tuning into mine, make sure you put both in the message, because if it's one or the other, it's not like it's like I have to wait for the other part to come before we can put it in the collective wisdom pool. So if you put in the chat box what you got in terms of message and card, or whether you were tuning into mine. Hello, I can see some people are just joining us now, and well done. You might not have been able to do the meditation yet, but that's okay. If you've started joining us now, you've joined for the wisdom pool. So whatever messages come from the meditation that we've got, the fact that you're here now means that those messages are for you as well. Okay, and if you want to, you can do the meditation at the end and that way round and see what you got by replaying. Okay, so Sue, I can see you've put the card that you got, but what was the message? Okay, I get it. I got it. Okay, fantastic. So I'll read that out in a minute. So please put your comments in and I'll get to them in a minute. I'm just going to set it and open it by putting mine in there first, and that will help any of you that have not been using cards but have been tuning into mine as well. Are you ready? Okay, so first of all, I saw a church steeple. So it's very visual today and audible more than feeling. And this meditation will also help you tune into your clairs, your psychic senses, and see what is most switched on for you today. Is it your visuals? Is it your hearing? Or is it your feeling? Yeah, it's always a good one that way, because we might be clairvoyant or clairaudient, but actually they do change as you go throughout your days as well. So that's important to know that. Right, so I saw a church steeple, and it was like on a card. I don't know if any of you know the bug art cards. There were these beautiful turquoisey cards with like golden foil things on, and it was like that. And it was, first of all, a church in the golden foil on the turquoise background, but then it turned into a peacock. And I then heard, "Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married." And I was like, what is that about? And I could feel myself trying to work out, trying to interpret. And it was like, oh, maybe it's about commitment, making a commitment. But then when we asked about the message that came back was to be peace, to be at peace, and to be still is strength. That was the message. And I guess that's like a holy vow or a holy commitment to be that. So let's see what the card is. 3 of Materials. Well, that's the 3 of Pentacles. And this is the Muse deck by Chris Ann Donnelly, who did the Light Seers. But if you look at the traditional 3 of Pentacles, it's like they are crafting out in a church. It's like there's 2 people making a vow. There's it looks like a vow. I mean, if the carpenter was a priest, it would look like a vow. And they're like, making craftsmanship in this church. So it feels like there's something here about building in strength. Again, it's the Saturn energy, it's the earth energy, it's the commitment energy, it's the longevity energy of like, how do you want to be going forward? Yeah, so hopefully that helps. Okay, so Maria, fantastic. Put your card in as well, please, or let us know if you tuned into mine. Let's have a look at some of the messages, some of the cards that are in here. Okay. So Leslie says, I feel like I'm reviewing before going out in the world, actually. So that's interesting. And mind you, if I slow down anymore, I'll stop. And that's really not a bad thing either. practically stopped this weekend for the first time in God knows how long. I went away for the weekend and I didn't go on my phone in purpose, and I didn't go into Facebook, and I was just like, I'm not going to do any work. And it was amazing because I've actually come back, and it's made me be able to get out of some things that I was struggling with. I was struggling with my morning practice, for instance. I was struggling with doing my morning practice properly. I was struggling with doing my diet properly. I stopped all of that, and now I've come back, and I just this morning I've done yoga, dance, I've done my tarotfeely, I've done my storytelling, I've gone for a walk. I like everything that I need to do for my morning practice, and from a place of wanting to, and from a place of it slotting in. But I was very aware that I had to stop, like, trying or completely, and just let go of everything completely. And so I stopped my diet. I put the 4 pounds that I lost straight back on. 4 pounds I lost in a month, and I put it straight back on in a week. But I know that I'm going to be doing my diet properly now. And so I'll be losing that 4 pounds quicker. And so it just feels like, we can be so scared of stopping, but actually, you know what? It's not a bad place to get to. Yeah, I guess as long as you know that you're only doing it for a certain time. I think that's probably the thing, isn't it? And then the fear of stopping can stop. Okay, so let's have a look. And Sue got the message was about safety and support, and her card was the Queen of Swords, which is interesting because I really feel like the Queen of Swords is the one that gives me safety and support. Interestingly enough, because I'm talking about the pure archetype, because my mum is a Queen of Swords, but through no fault of her own, I've kind of had to parent myself, and that's brought a lot of problems in terms of intuition and not realizing. It's like you don't have the information, and so it takes you a long time to actually clock what's going on. But that has also been my gift in terms of my work. But what I'd never realized just how much I was taking on from other people until I started working with the Queen of Swords archetype. And because I saw a link between being over emotional and bringing towards me traumatic things like night terrors, sleep paralysis, all those lower psychic stuff that is like psychic attacks, basically. And I started working with the Queen of Swords because I just made a decision. I made a decision that I didn't deserve to upset myself. Being Cancer moon, I could get very, very, very emotional. And I don't do that now. I don't let myself get that emotional because I just feel like I'm traumatizing myself further, and I don't deserve to do that. And the Queen of Swords really was my ally when I was first practicing that. I feel it's very much in now. It's very much in here now, but I would work with her on a daily. I'd have her visually up there and reminding myself not to allow myself to get that emotional, because I actually deserve not to re-traumatize myself. So it's interesting you got safety and support from the Queen of Swords, isn't it? That's fantastic, Sue. Maria says, I felt an amazing connection, and she had no card. Okay, so you were tuning into this one. Did feel beautiful, I have to say. Felt gorgeous energy. Leslie says, your description is interesting, Tiffany. I was in a chapel yesterday where there was a small artist exhibition, and we were looking at some beautiful turquoise pictures with gold on them. Oh my God. Wow. And you were tuning into my card and didn't really get much message, just about trusting in divine right timing and letting go. There you go. And I think the message I was there about, it seems like I was channeling the message for you, Leslie, because maybe it is time to just stop and allow it to come through from others, which for a bit, which is beautiful. Fantastic. Excellent. Sue says, oh, wow, that's interesting. I have this with sleep paralysis and also so emotional. There you go. There's a link. So, wow, some powerful things come through from this tarot-feely meditation and the collective wisdom pool sharing, and you're seeing what I'm saying now. So there we go. Oh, and you sensed High Priestess. Yes, very, very beautiful energy like that, Leslie, which is interesting because I would say that's that, the High Priestess, the gifts are the intuition, but the curse is being the over emotional. And I'm saying that because of Sue's, and I'm trying to collectively tie it up for today. And so it's like the Queen of Swords really became my best ally, because Moon in Cancer means I have a strong High Priestess energy, too strong sometimes. And so the Queen of Swords can really balance that out. And there you go. It's time to look at what we need in place. Yes, to treat ourselves well, because when we do, that's when we go forward. And that's what the Saturn retrograde is about. Like I said, it externally. So right now it's like we've got to think and process and open our eyes to maybe the things we didn't want to see, and take our head out of the sand and be like, right, this is the reality of this situation, or I need to get more information about this situation. And that's the next 3 weeks process with Mercury retrograde. And then it's like we can start making the changes in the external world. And so with Mercury retrograde, a lot of people think that you can't manifest, but actually it's just a different way of doing it. Like I said, it's a different ingredient. And when you know how to use it, it can be really, really magical. And so for this week, tomorrow, on Tuesday, tomorrow, I am starting Be Your Own Lover, which is a 5-day journey through the sixes. So we start with the Lover card, which is Gemini, which is where Mercury is retrograde. And sixes in the tarot are about progress. So the next day after that, we'll go into the Six of Swords, which is progressing the mind. The day after that, we'll go into the Six of Cups, which is progressing the heart. The day after that, we will go into the Six of Wands, which is progressing the action. And the day after that, we go into the Six of Pentacles, which is that Saturnian kind of energy of actually putting things in order externally. So we're going to do a little bit of a mini journey through these 5-6 days on the sixes rather than the 6 months, that I think will be quite revealing around what the bigger overarching journey is for you over the next 6 months. So if you would like in to Be Your Own Lover, the link is in this post. It is £6. It used to be the free mini journeys that I would do quite regularly. I've decided not to do them free anymore. I think it's kind of just better to have a smaller group that has invested something, and it's better so that you guys don't get overwhelmed, and it's better because you've also got some type of commitment in that you've put something, just a nominal thing up there, because it's in the sixes. It's £6. Next time I run a journey, which maybe Be Your Own Chariot or something like that, that will be the sevens, and then it'll go up to 8, 9, and so on. Yeah. Okay. So it starts tomorrow, and what it's about is manifesting your ideal life, your ideal client, or your ideal partner. So that is our intention. So if you're in that space where you're like, yeah, I want to start really manifesting my ideal life, or I want to start manifesting one ideal client, please, universe, one ideal client for now will do me fine. And of course, the ideal partner is usually just the one. Yeah. So if you would like to manifest any of those 3 things, then click the link. It's really for you to be in this. Okay. So we're going to be looking at going through those 3 things. So there's there's a magic sheet for each of those things. So you can do all 3 magic sheets if you want, or 2 magic sheets, or 1 magic sheet. Yeah, you can just choose to concentrate on one. If you do more than one, so if you do 2 or 3, just make sure that you prioritize and focus on one of them, but have the others there in the background. Yes. Yes, it is separate to the membership group. So, unless you're on gold and in the mastermind, in that way it's included. But if you're on bronze, silver, or gold and you're not in the mastermind, then it is separate. Yes, as it is to this free group. If you're watching in Manifest a Miracle a Month free tribe, it's not going to be in here anymore. There is no more free journeys in this group. As I've said, it's a nominal fee just to make sure that the group is committed, and also it's a private group, so it cuts out the overwhelm situation. Okay, so the link is in here if you want to join, and we start tomorrow. All right, my lovelies, have an amazing, beautiful week. Enjoy the sun, enjoy your bank holiday Monday, and tomorrow we'll start with being your own lover. So it's about being the energy and the love and the things that you want to attract first, but there's a bit of manifestation magic in it too. All right, my lovelies, take care. Bye for now.